What is wrong with this picture? Besides the fact that my cocktail is mostly full, the main problem is that it is sitting on the helm. We just spent some money to get these inverter controllers repaired, and the diagnosis was that there was liquid damage and that they were sticky from beverages being spilled. Fortunately, I'm in the marina. There's no chance of this spilling while we're underway, but please don't set your drinks here. I did this as an example of what not to do. Here's a quick tutorial on these displays. These are remote control displays for the inverters that are below deck. So it's a good source of information for what the condition and state of the inverters is. AC1 in good will be illuminated green whether you are running on shore power or on generator power. When shore power is unplugged, that light will go away. When you are on neither shore power nor generator power, you will see the yellow inverting light lit up, meaning you're using your batteries up on the front of the boat, and the inverters are converting that DC power into AC power. Right now we are not inverting because we are plugged into shore power. Bulk and float are indications of how the batteries are charging. Bulk means the batteries need a charge. So if you've been running if you have not been running on generator all day and you've had the fan and the TV and the lights and whatever on, once you fire up the generator, your bulk light will go on because your battery banks are low and need to be recharged. Float is indicative of a maintenance type charge or a trickle charge. So right now we're on shore power in the marina. The batteries are fully charged, and float is just maintaining that level of charge. The other important thing to note is you may see an error light. I will tell you how to determine what that error message means in just a second. But you need to, one of the common reasons that error light comes on is because your inverter or your generator settings are incorrect. If you see right now, we are on set inverter, and you see that little line right there underneath the O in on? That's an indicator for the state of the inverter. So right now the inverter is on. If I were to push the red button, that just turned the inverter off because it moved it to off. Push it again to on. Once it detects the AC power, that will stop flashing. See, right now I'm inverting because I'm not fully on AC power. Now that's off, I'm back on AC power, and I'm in a float condition. So this little line, while you're underway, while you're in the marina, every time should be on. To cycle through that, if for some reason you needed to change that, which you should never need to do, but if a kid comes up and starts pushing buttons, or you come up and start pushing buttons, make sure your set inverter is set to on, and that is controlled with your red button. That will cycle through the states. Okay? The other thing to note is the generator menu, which is the green button. Set generator should always be set to off. If you set that to auto or on or EQ, sometimes that will cause the inverter to go into an error state. You see things are going kind of sideways right now. We always want set generator to be on off. If you do happen to get an error light, press the menu headings button, either one of them, and you go through the different menus, inverter mode, generator mode. You should never need to change anything here, but to determine what the error condition is, cycle through this until you get to error causes, and push the menu item down arrow, and you will go through the list of conditions. If one of those says yes, that is the source of your error light. So we're not over temperature, we're not high voltage, we're not low voltage, we don't have a wiring problem, we don't have an output problem. Sometimes if the generator is set to the wrong mode, you will get a generator start error, and it'll say yes because it's trying to start the generator, which we don't have set up. So you can cycle through and see your error conditions. Right now we don't have any errors, so all of these will say no. To get out of that menu, simply push the red or green button to get back to the set generator or set inverter mode. Again, making sure set inverter is on, set generator is off. Another thing to note is we just had these rebuilt and serviced because a cocktail or a smoothie or something spilled on these, causing the buttons to get sticky and causing corrosion in the circuit board underneath. You will notice one of these, this is the older one, the display has a slight illumination to it, but not much. But the new one has a backlit display, so it is much brighter. There's nothing wrong with this one. There's nothing wrong with this one. Just know that one of them will be brightly illuminated and one will not be illuminated. There are two controllers here. The one on the port side of the boat is connected to the inverter on the port side of the boat. The controller on the starboard side of the boat is connected to the inverter on the starboard side of the boat. So whenever you're trying to diagnose a problem or report a problem to somebody, you will be able to know which inverter had the problem based on the location of this display. I would ask that if you do get any errors throughout your trip or when you get on the boat or get off the boat, please let me know which display was in error, and if you could, go into the menu headings, go to the error causes, and find what the error condition was and report that back to me.